iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans, to Las Vegas. This is the Las Vegas Bull Ring here tonight for the Northeast Racers, presented by LFOD Motorsports. Tonight, we go back to the short tracks to start the week off here in the Turn 3 Racing Network. I'm Roger Muth. I'll be your host. Joining us here in a little bit, hopefully, Al Smith over there. You see it just out into the distance in our camera shots here tonight. It's the Las Vegas Strip. Al over there trying to win us a little bit of money tonight. So when he comes back here in a little bit, we'll see what kind of cabbage, we'll call it the cabbage here tonight, that he has brought back to us. So, race fans, this race coming in here tonight is, well, just means 3 races left to go this season. We're here at the Las Vegas Bull Ring. Then we head to Southern National before we wrap the season up on March the 21st at the Thompson Speedway. So the season is starting to close down, starting to wind down. We've had a great racing season so far. The points championship standings looks like this after 9 rounds. David Greenslit holds the top spot with 2 wins to his name this season. Average starting spot of 6th and finishing spot of 4th. Only a handful of times he's had to come from outside the top 10. He is your championship leader coming in with 361 points. The driver that's just sitting in second position, he's a little bit behind, but with 3 races left to go, you never know what will happen. This driver is Alan Young. He has 338 points coming in, and then there's just a slim, narrow margin back to that third place driver. And, well, he races on the Contender Series and right here, so he knows how to get it done. It is Nathan Wenzel. He has 326. Those are the drivers that we think still have a chance coming in here to Las Vegas to get it done to win the championship. Yes, Greenslit has a little bit of a lead, but those drivers are all inside that 300 marker. Hodgson, Battle, Woodard, Willis, Bietti, Corbin, and Hontoon round out the top 10. Any one of them could sneak up inside the top 5 or drop out and be battling to stay inside the top 10, because there's only about, call it 33 points separating 4th all the way back to 10th. So with just a little bit of a slip up here in Las Vegas, well, if you gamble too much and slip, you might be on the outside looking in when it comes down to just 2 races to go in this season. With qualifying right now, Jimmy Renfrew is at the top of the boards with Matthew Kimball, Jarrett Howard, Eric Steele, and David Greenslit. Your top 5 tonight here out of this qualifying session, which we have 30 seconds left to go in, well, they will lock themselves straight in to the feature event here tonight, and they will not have to race into the heat races, or if we have, I believe we have enough cars here tonight, I think we will go last chance qualifying a little bit later on. So as the clock ticks down, we can tell you Renfrew, Kimball, Howard, Steele, and Greenslit all have the top times here. They will lock themselves in as qualifying is officially in the books here in Las Vegas. That means we're getting ready to drop the hammer tonight. Short track racing action for the Northeast Racers is coming up as heat race number 1 is starting to take to the grid here tonight. Let's take you through your starting lineup. Starting lineup brought to us by the LFOD Motorsports, and starting on the front row, it's the driver of the number 45 of KCB Eddie. Starting in row number 1 to the outside, he drives a Kit Kat Monster Energy 08. This is Ryan Carman. Rodney Hontoon's got the 01 tuned up here tonight. He'll roll off third. Fourth will go to the 03 of Nathan Wenzel. Starting behind them, driving the LA Sim Sport Young Guns Creation number 24, it's Alan Young. Starting in 6th here tonight, driving the number 55, it is Kyle Willis. Ryan Battle, he will battle from the 7th position. He's driving car number 16 here tonight. Cooper Bouchard, and the number 17 will roll off 8th. 9th here tonight, the driver of the 18, the racing school entry of Dan Butler, will go 9th. Mike Tashro out of the racing school also, the 33, will go 10th. Justin Mikowski and Jeffrey Battle round out the field as the cars are on the speedway. We're getting ready to go here tonight for heat race number 1. That's your cars out onto the speedway currently, so it'll be looking like 11 drivers have made the call to the grid. You see Vietti, you see Carmen, you see Hontoon, Wenzel, Young, your top 5 drivers. The iRacing pace car will take us around one more time, and next time they come by the start-finish line, we will drop the hammer here, get it cracking tonight. Race fans, we hope you're ready to go short track racing. We said it before, short track racing. The Northeast Racers put on one heck of a show every time here tonight. 12 drivers scheduled for heat race number 1, and then another 12 drivers at least scheduled for heat race number 2. Right now it looks like 2 heat races are going to be the scheduled distance here tonight. Nice and slow start here. Bietti, Carmen, front row. Green flag is in the air. Heat race number 1, just like that, is going to start. 8 laps going to be the distance as Bietti will lead us down into turn number 1. He'll come out of turn number 2 with the race lead. So right now it'll be Casey Bietti leading lap number 1, but the battle is for that second position with Ryan Carmen, Rodney Hontoon, and right there is Alan Young. Wenzel is just sitting back there right now, picking and choosing which line he wants to eye up with that SimCube 03, and as they come to complete lap number 2 here, I believe I heard one of them go for a little bit of a slide, and that's the number 91 of Justin Benkowski. He went for a slide. Now Alan Young going to go to the inside here. He's going to pick up P number 3, Ryan Carmen, to the outside. Wenzel's now battling, and as he's battling, it looks like, race fans, somebody's back from the blackjack table here. Welcome Al Smith to the booth here tonight. Al, you caught us right here in the battle of the 16 of Ryan Battle and Ryan Carmen.
Yeah, Battle works to the inside there. Sorry, got hung up on the traffic on the way in here to the bull ring. Everybody was coming out, and I was coming in here. So side by side to Willis, trying to take that 6th spot away as they head down here to 08 of Carmen. He's going to get sideways, and he'll get half sideways, mostly green. He'll fall all the way back to that 10th spot, so our 11th spot. So tough break for the number 08 of Ryan Carmen. But up front, Bietti still showing the way. Rodney Hontoon still fending off, but Alan Young going to take a look down the backstretch.
Alan Young taking a look down to the inside here, as he is going to work for that second position. Young going to now officially take the 2nd spot. That will put Rodney Hontoon back to P number 3. Nathan Wenzel is right there. Kyle Willis, I believe, right now holds that final transfer position, but Ryan Battle's going to take a peek to the inside. He'll get his nose completely shaven off. It looks like the top of my head, Al. That is close.
Very close shave there as they head down to the turn number 1 and 2. This track, very tricky. You got to keep it wound up, but also got to protect the inside. Battle with a bump to Willis in the turn number 3. He'll try to look underneath. Drag race for that 5th spot. Willis in battle, and the battle is going to hold on. And a photo finish to finish inside that top 5. A little bump and run there to get into the main event, and just like that, heat race number 1 is in the books.
Yeah, with heat race number 1, check out those, well, if it would actually let us from our truck pull those standings there, it's not gonna. So, well, we know the top 5 from that last one there is gonna go to the main event. Everybody else looks like they may have to go to a last chance qualifier here. Heat race number 2 officially up onto the docket, and this is how they will line up for heat race number 2. Joel Hodgson in the number 36 will roll off P1. Andrew Davis, the crew chief, back there, the 22. He'll go second. Third will go to the driver of the number 12 of Brian Rogers. Vernon Woodard in the 73 will go fourth. Fifth will go to Justin Prescott in the 44. Max Dolliver back in the Ben & Jerry's number 29. He'll go sixth. Mike Young scheduled in the 66 to go seventh. Eric Plamasco in the 471 is eighth. Ninth will go to Lauren Dew in the number 46. Milton Durant. And Al, I believe I just saw the man of the 8 car make a smoky burnout on the front straightaway. We'll see if he's actually going to take to the grid, or I believe he actually pulled it straight to pit road. We were looking forward to that one.
Yeah, the man up in the mission control here in the control tower, our boss man, Tony Quadros, is, did a burnout for the crowd and probably tired himself out, Roger, so he had to pull it in behind pit road, just like the pace car just did. Heat race number 2, our second and final heat race of the night, going to come to off of turn number 4 for the green flag. Joel Hodgson and Drew Davis up on the front row. Green flag is up, and we are underway here at the Bull Ring with heat race number 2. Drag race down in the turn number 1. Hodgson going to hug that inside line. He'll let the momentum. Here comes Brian Rogers in the number 12 Mountain Dew automobile. He'll work to the inside, trying to take away that number 2 spot from Drew Davis. The outside can work here, but the bottom on these starts have prevailed so far in these 2 heat races. Brian Rogers up to your number 2 spot. Prescott third. Woodard going to get sideways. Vernon Woodard going to go around. And our first yellow flag of the evening going to come out for the 73 of Woodard. And to me, Roger, looked like he maybe just lost traction up off turn number 2.
Yeah, we know how skinny these tires are here with the street stocks. They're only about 7 and 7.5 if you're being very generous. And I talked to Vernon Woodard just the other day. He said these cars are a handful, especially when you get to these little tracks like Las Vegas, as he looks like he just stepped on the gas just a little too hard, and he went around. Let's take the look back here at Vernon Woodard and see what happened. There you see the 73. He was up inside the top 5 at the time, following that 22. Gets to the inside of the 22, down in 1 and 2, and he just self-yeeted out of turn number 2. He wound up down there sitting on the apron and gets it pointed back. The only good thing about that spin out is it was a pretty lazy spin, so the tires shouldn't be too bad off, but also no car damage is going to be a big one here.
No car damage. Everybody able to avoid that number 73 here, so he'll tack onto the backside of this heat race, and, he'll have 6 laps to get back inside a transfer position here tonight, which is the top 5 there. So once he'll restart in 10th, so he's only got to pass, 5 cars, Roger, and we've seen Vernon Woodard have some speed the last few weeks. I think he might be able to get it done here, but a pretty stacked heat race that he is in here for heat race number 2.
Yeah, we talk about drivers that are quick week in and week out, and Joel Hodgson, who's at the top of our boards right now, he's a very quick driver. Of course, Max Dolliver, Milton Durant is here. How about Eric Plamasco, Lauren Dew? I mean, you name it, from top to bottom here, all 10 drivers that did take the green flag here tonight do have a shot at being able to win this heat race. And then there's a driver out there that we haven't seen all season long. He's making his first ever heat race appearance. It's the driver of the number 12 of Brian Rogers Jr. So he's here in this heat race attempting to make the A main event for the first time ever. And as of the timing and scoring is telling us, he is currently inside that top 5. So that would be a transfer spot in your first event.
Yeah, not too bad. Brian Rogers, a very good shoe on the iRacing service, and not isn't a rare face here. So he's in action in multiple leagues on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So Brian Rogers, no slouch behind the wheel, as he'll get ready to put a charge on the outside of Joel Hodgson. We'll see how the outside works. We saw Drew Davis fall back a little bit on that initial start. The tires have a little bit of temperature in them. Will they do better now? Brian Rogers, Joel Hodgson up on the front row. Hodgson waiting on the green flag to come out. It'll fly, and it'll be a drag race down to turn number 1. They are dead even. Joel Hodgson to the inside. Brian Rogers works the outside of the racetrack. He'll get the momentum built up in that Mountain Dew number 12. He'll draw even into turn number 3. Prescott right there ready to fill the hole. Drew Davis falls into 4th. Brian Rogers holds on to 2nd as they head into turn number 1. 5 laps to go.
With 5 laps to go, Dolliver going to get a little bit of a side dance there with Milton Duran. That's the battle for the 6th position, so that's not a transfer spot right now. But Brian Rogers Jr. still stuck to the outside as here comes Drew Davis now peeking down to the inside. That could be a spot to put Rogers sitting closer to the hot shoes. Oh, one of them's going to get turned around. Milton Duran going to spin her to the infield here, the number 35. He is going to be out of contention as the green flag stays out. We're going to see 3 laps to go here. Hodgson, Prescott, Davis, Rogers, Mike Young, all right there. There's that 66 of Young. And Rogers with a little bit of a bobble down there in turns 1 and 2. That's going to open up the inside. Here comes Mike Young. Now Dolliver's going to try and see if he can fill the hole out of turn number 4. He just has to roll the bottom as now they're looking like they were going to go 3 wide down the front straightaway as the popsicle sticks were deployed.
Yeah, 2 laps to go. Now a nice run off of turn number 2 for Rogers. Hold on to that 4th spot. So he's got 1 spot of a cushion there as he works out the corner. Dolliver gets a little bit loose. The battle is for that 6th spot. Joel Hodgson up on the front of this one. He'll work down the backstretch. He's got Prescott up the tailpipes in the turn number 3 for the final time. And your heat race winner is going to be Joel Hodgson. Prescott will come home 2nd.
Contact for the final transfer spot. 2 of them going to go around at the line. Mike Young is going to beat Max Dolliver and Eric Laurendeau to the line. Max Dolliver wanted that spot out, but boy, was Mike Young not gonna be the one to miss out the opportunity to go to the A main here tonight.
No, definitely not. Now our last chance qualifier coming up on to the event, and this is what your 12-car starting field will look like here for the last chance qualifier. It will be the number 55 of Kyle Willis up on the front row. He'll start on pole. Outside of him will be the number 46. That is Eric Laurendeau. Cooper Bouchard in car number 17 will start third. Outside of him will be the 29. That's Max Dolliver. Mike Tastro in the 33 and Vernon Woodard in car number 73 will start 6th. 7th starting spot will go to Justin Bankowski in car number 91. Eric Pomasco in that 471 will roll off 8th. Dan Butler and the 35 of Milton Duran will make up row number 5. And shotgun on the field will be the car number 08 of Ryan Carmen in the 14 of Jeffrey Battle, not answering the call here for this last chance qualifier. So he will not be advancing out of this into the main event as they roll around right now. They're going to take the top 10 to the feature event out of this last chance qualifier. So we're going to send 1 car home, Roger.
So 1 car going to be sent back to the garage area after this last chance qualifier race, because it will be 11 drivers battling for the 10 positions to race in the A main event here tonight at the Las Vegas Bull Ring. So one of these drivers are going to have to put a lot down. Al, how much did we win over at the casino?
Well, I hope you had the 5 today, because that was wild. And we walked out quite large.
Yeah, you're right. We did have a lot of money on that number 5, but which driver do we have here? It looks like we were ready to go. Now the green flag is going to be out. It'll be 15 laps to go here at Las Vegas. The last chance to make the big dance. Willis will lead us down into turn number 1. Laurendeau to the outside. There's the 17 of Bouchard, sporting some new colors here tonight. It's a beautiful looking Frost number 17. He's down to the bottom side of the speedway. There's the 33 of Mike Tashiro also, as lap number 1 comes rolling right around there. That's going to be Kyle Willis leading the charge. Ryan Carmen right now is the final transfer spot in the 08 Kit Kat entry. There you see Pomasco rolling to the outside, and I heard a little bumper tag up there. I believe that might have been the 33 right into the back of Max Dolliver. Dolliver going to throw the Ben and Jerry's car down into the corner. That car was looking a little out of shape, and now it's going to be Tashiro picking up P number 5.
The transfer spot, just shaking hands here. The 35 of Duran going to move past Pomasco. So Pomasco now on the outside looking in as he watches the 35 of Milton Duran and the 18 of Dan Butler make contact. Still side by side up here for that 5th position. Benkowski working underneath Dolliver as they work off turn number 4.
11 laps to go here in the last chance qualifiers. Kyle Willis, Cooper Bouchard, Eric Laurendeau. Here comes Vernon Woodard. Remember, he went for a little bit of a spin in heat race number 1, and he tagged the back of the field, was not able to get himself into a transfer spot, so he has to come here to the last chance qualifier Right now he is in as he is back to where he started here tonight, and that is the 6th position. There you see them battling behind them. That's Max Dolliver, who's still stuck to the outside of that number 29, Ben and Jerry's entry. The outside lane has not come in. Now the 33 of Mike Taschereau going to get moved up the speedway. Bankowski in the 91 is going to make that pass, and now here comes Vernon Woodard. He's going to hug the apron. Those left side tires down there on that transition right on the white line, telling us where the banking is. To the apron of the speedway. There you see some rumble strips down there also at that camera shot. You don't want to be the driver to go down there, as now one stuck to the outside. Looks like Bankowski going to lay the old chrome holder to the J&M Auto 46. Oh, Taschereau out of shape.
Yeah, a little bit out of shape there. Milton Duran's going to fill the hole down to the inside. Ryan Carmen going to go down there as well. Is now Dan Butler has been going underneath the 471 of Pamasco. That is the bid for the last transfer spot. Those drivers will make contact in turn number 1 up the racetrack. Pamasco will go. They'll still be their quarter panel into turn number 3. Everybody now is single filing it out with just 6 laps to go in this last chance qualifier. Who's going to be the car that's going to be on the trailer early? We're going to find out. Duran gets a little bit out of shape in front of the 33 of Taschereau.
So those drivers all had some trouble in their heat races. That's what put him here into the last chance qualifier. Right now, Al, if you're the spotter of one of these drivers, do you tell them to cool their jets because they are in the show, or do you tell them, try and go get me some more positions, because every position counts a row up when we go to the A main?
I think right now, if you're inside that top 5, I'm telling you the kind of ride there. If you're outside the top 5, or even top 8 cars, maybe just ride through it. You're at that 9th spot, Dolliver. You got to try to get some more insurance spot. One little slip up is going to cause a little bit of an issue for you. And you got Dan Butler back there in that 10th spot, and Pamasco trying to chase down this group because they have 3 laps to go as they work through turns 1 and 2. Down in the turn number 3, though, the number 91 of Bankowski, he's going to move into that number 2 spot, and so he'll move in as we get the 2 laps to go.
Popsicle sticks in the air for the last chance qualifier here. Kyle Willis has led every lap, but eyes on the transfer spot is, that's Pamasco playing the 3-tap Teddy rule on the back of the 18 Racing School entry of Dan Butler. Dan Butler can't go very far because, he's got his teammate, the other driver out of the Racing School. Look at Pamasco lay the wood, final lap around here at the Bull Ring, and you're watching the battle for the final transfer position. One of these drivers is not going to be happy by the end of this one.
No, Willis is going to come out turn number 4. He'll pick up the win. All eyes are in turn number 3. Pamasco going to try to get down low underneath Butler. Contact. Pamasco gets sideways, and Butler's going to hold on to that 10th and final transfer spot.
So Dan Butler will make the show here tonight. Wow, what a battle we just had there in the last chance qualifier. Let's see if we can get that pulled up here on screen real quick here from our truck, as there is your results for the B main, or the last chance qualifier, if you will. Dan Butler makes it in. Taschereau, Dolliver, Laurendeau, Carmen, Duran, Woodard, Bouchard, Bankowski, and Willis will all move on. Race fans, we'll be back here right after our invocation here for your A main event in Las Vegas.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof
Welcome back here to Las Vegas. Race fans getting geared up and ready to go here from the bull ring as it looks like the drivers are taken to the starting grid here tonight. This is your starting lineup brought to us by the LFOD Motorsports. Starting on the front row, driving the number 20, this is David Greenslit. The Horse Dog Motorsports, number 32 of Eric Steele, will go P. Number 2. Jarrett Howard in the 97 goes 3rd. Matthew Kimball making his first start here. He'll go 4th. Jimmy Renfrew in the 00 will start 5th with Casey Bietti in 6th. Joel Hodgson's got the 36 scheduled to go 7th. Alan Young in the 24 will go in position number 8. Justin Prescott in 9th and Rodney Hondoon rounding out the top 10.
Starting 11th will be the 22 of Drew Davis, so with Nathan Wenzel on that SimCube number 03 to his outside. Brian Rogers and Ryan Battle will start in row number 7. Row number 8 is going to be Mike Young in car number 66 and Kyle Willis in car number 55. Justin Binkowski and Cooper Bouchard will make up row number 9. Row number 10 is going to go to Vernon Woodard and Milton Duran. Ryan Carmen and Eric Lorndale will start in the 21st and 22nd starting positions. And rounding out the field will be Max Dolliver in car number 29, Mike Castro in car number 33, and Dan Butler in car number 18. 25 cars get ready to come at you in tonight's feature event here at the Bull Ring.
Al, $250 we won over there with, Kyle Larson winning tonight. Who do we have that $250 on tonight?
I'm going to put that in my pocket. I'm not a very big betting man, but the green flag is out. Eric Steele was ready to go. He was out in front of that number 20 Greenslit, and he'll hold on to that race lead off of turn number 2 as they work down the backstretch for the first time. Greenslit Kimball now on the outside as they work into turn number 3. That number 50 Mellow Yellow car, he's being challenged by the 97 of Howard as they work into turn number 1. One lap in the books, and Eric Steele is going to lead that one, but he's not the championship leader of Greenslit working to his back bumper. A little bit of contact, Steele up the racetrack as they'll go door to door in the turn number 1.
So Eric Steele now getting moved off the bottom groove here tonight for the first time, and that's going to maybe put him towards, going backwards. If you're familiar with more NASCAR than you are short track racing, one of them way up out of the groove. That's Renfrew. They're going to go 3 wide. Kimball's going to make it past him on the bottom side of the groove, along with the 36 of Joel Hodgson. That could have been a big moment for Jimmy Renfrew. We've seen him win a couple races this season here with the Northeast Racers. He's going to insert himself right there in front of Wenzel. He had an opening, and he took that opening. 3 wide. Now the 97 is up out of the groove, and that's going to put Howard back here now running 4th. So a couple of our drivers that started inside the top 5 have faded as they missed the bottom of the groove and gone backwards here. They still hold inside the top 10, but now it looks like Kimball's going to open up the bottom side of the speedway. Howard not going to be able to do anything with it. Of course, Kimball making his first start here this year with the Northeast Racers.
Yeah, Kimball all over the back bumper of Prescott as they work down here in the turn number 3. He's got the nose down low. He'll back out of it. It's your top 4. Run nose to tail, a little bit back here, a little bit side by side. That's the 24 of Alan Young and the 16 of Ryan Battle as they are outside. That is the battle for your 10th spot. Alan Young trying to crack the top 10, which he will do momentarily in the turn number 3. So Alan Young working down on the bottom. Right now, early on in this race, seeing a little bit of bumper contacts with people. This track, Roger, it's very easy to have different lines for the drivers and a lot of different corner entry and exit speed. So I think we're going to see a lot of contact racing here tonight at the Bull Ring.
So are you telling me short track racing is a contact sport?
I would, yes.
Well, let's find out, because Casey Bietti is now all over the back of that number 32 as they work down the back straightaway. Laps are going to click off very fast here under the green flag circumstances tonight. Here comes Bietti. He's going to look to the inside of that Swag TV number 32 of Eric Steele. Steele knows what he needs to do, and that was just let him go and get right back to the bottom. He reinserts himself into the inside lane there, now running 3rd. So Eric Steele led a lap, got moved up out of the groove, ran in 2nd, now finds himself running 3rd as the battle is just back here. These two making a little contact. That's Howard and Jimmy Renfrew. They're right now running 7th, 8th. Look at the 9th place car. That's Alan Young. And then Ryan Battle is right there also. So they're all sitting there looking to work themselves up. You got to go back here to Brian Rogers, I think a little bit behind him. I believe that's the Carmen entry. Then you see Milton Duran and Drew Davis. Some of the strong contenders that we usually see inside the top 10 are having to come from the back of the field as they barely made it in through the last chance qualifier here tonight.
And everybody knows how they have to get to the front here as we are working lap number 13 as they work down here. Brian Rogers going to take a peek to the inside of the 0-1 of Huntoon. This is all in front of the 91 of Binkowski. And so Rogers now up to 12th spot after starting here in this feature event and coming from, you believe he finished second in the heat race there, Rogers. So he is looking to move forward, is now one spot, a couple spots out of the top 10. He'll close in on the backside of the 0-3 of Wenzel, but a good side-by-side battle. Huntoon, unfortunately, with the 802 Precision automobile on the outside. He's got Carmen to the inside as they cross the stripe.
And there's Vernon Woodard also moving up. Benkowski, though, the hot shoe right now, he's been moving up. He's been picking up 4 spots here in the first 15 laps of the 75-lap A main event here tonight for the Northeast Racers, presented by LFOD Motorsports. And boy, what could you say about Benkowski? That boy sure knows how to wheel and deal these cars, but so does Ryan Carmen. And, well, you can pretty much say that all the way back to the driver who's sitting in the 25th position. He went for a little bit of a ride. That's Mike Young. Started up in 15th after coming through that last chance qualifier, and he is now currently at the back of this field. He got just pushed up out of the groove. Rodney Huntoon still up out of the groove, and there you see the 55 of Kyle Willis. He's also out of the groove because Cooper Bouchard is to the inside with that freshly colored number 17 here tonight.
Yeah, up at the front of this one, Roger, things starting to tighten up. A little bit of contact between our race leaders. Bietti going to take a bid to the inside on the inside of Greenslet. Greenslet will have to back off, and into turn number 3 they'll go. So new race leaders across the stripe. It's the 45 of Bietti picking up the race lead on lap number 18. He's been quick all night long and now starting to stretch out the advantage over the 20 of Greenslet. Eric Steele still runs third. Joel Hodgson fourth. Matthew Kimball runs fifth. So it's a 6-car breakaway up at the front of this one. Then it's about a 2-second gap back to the Renfrew, who runs seventh in that 00. And they are stacked up side by side as they come off turn number 2.
Yeah, they got a bunch of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches stacked up back here with Jimmy Renfrew. There's the 16 of Battle, Howard, Young, Rogers, Woodard. They are all back here, but it'll be Jimmy Renfrew getting around the 16 of Ryan Battle. That'll leave the 97 of Howard back here. He has slipped a spot as Ryan Battle was actually able to get around him. Alan Young still holding inside the top 10, but he is starting to slip. And I believe that's the 91. That's the 03. 91 going to go around off the front bumper of the 35. Caution lights are going to come out as the 91 of Justin Benkowski, the mover and shaker here tonight, was coming through the field, but now he's going to have to tag the back after going off the front bumper of Milton Duran. Well, Al, short track racing, first caution of the night. Let's take the look back here as the production crew says we have it queued up here. Let's see if we can go from over top. Watch the 91 of Benkowski. Al left the door open. Duran went to walk right on through. Benkowski tried to slam it on his face. Unfortunately, the nose was there, and around he went.
I tell you, everybody did a great job missing that 91 as he spun. That's what I was talking about earlier. Different entries into these corners, but the inside line open. Duran tried to fill it, and around they went, and everybody else scattering to the inside and outside of that 91. So Benkowski, yes, lost that track position, but it could have been much, much worse as he'll be able to point that car in the right direction, and he'll tag in at the back of the field here tonight. And no damage other than lost track position, Roger. So he got very lucky there in that spin.
Yeah, that spin could have collected a lot of cars because Benkowski was up inside the top 15 at the time of his incident, and that could have put him, well, on the trailer here tonight, but he'll have another go at it. He'll just have to tag the back of the field as there is your race leader, Casey Bietti, David Greenslet, Eric Steele, Joel Hodgson, Matthew Kimball, Justin Prescott, Jimmy Renfrew, Ryan Battle, and Jarrett Howard with Alan Young rounding out that top 10 currently here as we pace for the first time here at our main event at the Las Vegas Bull Ring. And Al, we're here at the Bull Ring next week, though, when we head to Southern National. That's a completely different style short track.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of great action at Southern National as that track, high banked, short track. It will be a lot of side-by-side, and I'm going to predict now, Roger, I feel like in the predicting mood, that we're going to see a lot of paint traded in the corners there at Southern National, just like we're seeing here tonight. Pace car down and away in the field in the hands of that 45 of Casey Bietti and David Greenslet up on the front row. Eric Steele and Joel Hodgson, row number 2. Green flag is up, and we are back underway, and Bietti ready to go. He'll jump on the gas pedal in the turn number 1.
As David Greenslet's going to battle to the outside, but it will be Bietti on the inside with that number 45 taking the race lead. Here comes the 32 of Eric Steele. Remember, he got shuffled from the front row all the way back to, well, just running in the 3rd position, but now he has an inside chance here to get Greenslet, but it's not going to work as he actually slipped off of turn number 4. So the 32 of Eric Steele going to hold 3rd for the time being. Joel Hodgins right there, Kimball's right there, along with Prescott Renfrew, and they're just battling all throughout the field here. This time by, it'll be 24 laps in the books here with 50 to go in Las Vegas.
Did they tell them that they are not no longer under pace laps? They are still 2 by 2 all the way back through the field. Now your top 3 will go single file. Here comes Kimball underneath the 36 to Hodgson. Hodgson gets a little bit of nudge from the 44 of Prescott. Hodgson going to fill that hole down in the turn number 1. He'll get moved up the racetrack. Renfrew going to give him the chrome horn, and Hodgson up the racetrack. He is going to lose multiple positions back to that 9th spot as they go 3 wide in the turn 3.
Hodgson got himself a little loose there with the wheel hop that he had. Now he's going to try and get back down. Oh, he's going to get the bumper. That's going to stack him up on the inside. It was the 03 of Wenzel to the back of the 36. The 35 of Milton Duran had to then check up. The 08 was right there. As, another one of them going to wheel hop it down into the corner. There's the 55 of Kyle Willis. He hammers back in the gas. He's going to stay ahead of Max Dolliver. Dolliver's still back here. He's picked up 5 spots, but it's only been good enough to get him to the 8th position on the timing and scoring sheets. Still, Casey Bietti out front here. He'll lead another one as he comes back through the start finish line. Half a second gap back to the Division II Street Stock champion of David Greenslet, who comes into the night as the points championship leader. Greenslet running P number 2. Eric Steele is 3 right now. No, one of them started to go backwards. They're 3 wide, almost 4 wide down here. That's the 35 of Duran down to the inside. He just got around the 08, but boy, were they stacked up.
They were definitely stacked up. Duran got a good run to the inside, and they swap paint. They're still swapping paint. Wenzel all over the right side of Duran. He'll move Vernon Woodard up the racetrack. He'll come off turn number 4, 3 wide. Now settling it back there. So the 03 of Wenzel showing the displeasure to Milton Duran, and it's going to cost them 3 spots here as they work down the backstretch. Kyle Willis works to the inside of him now. Vernon Woodard will slam the door shut, or slam, let's say, the lid shut on the Ben & Jerry's number 29. So they work down here turn number 1. So now the 03 of Wenzel all the way back to that 17th position, and the bleeding has not stopped yet as the 17 works to the inside. He's going to try to force himself down low. The 17 of Cooper Bouchard not going to take anything of that. He'll move by for that 17th position. Now Wenzel back to the inside. He'll give the 17 of Bouchard a shove, and they're still making contact back here in the 17th and 18th position.
Yeah, a lot of paint being traded here as we close in on the halfway point of this one. Actually, we just passed the halfway point as Cooper Bouchard going to get roughed up there by the 03 of Wenzel. Remember, Wenzel's in that top 3 battle in the championship hunt, and with him having to go to the last chance qualifier, and now back here into the 17th position, boy, does he have his work cut out. Just behind them, it's the Racing School number 33 of Mike Taschereau. He's battling with, well, that's the car owner. That's Ben Kalski back here. Remember, he went for a little bit of a spin, and now he's back here running, well, only 21st. He has a fast hot rod, but the laps are going to click off fast here, already over the halfway point home.
Yeah, last time by, they were running a 16.6 for your race leader. David Greenslet a little bit quicker than our current race leader of Bietti. 2/10 last time. Let's see what they had at the line this time. They even it back up. Bietti's going to rehold that gap. So the seesaw battle up at the front of this one as they work it now. This 00 of Renfrew is starting to close in on the back side of that 20 of Greenslet as they enter turn number 1 and 2. And down the backstretch, Renfrew going to take a peek down low as can't quite do anything with him. But now Greenslet moves up the racetrack and will let 00 on by.
Yeah, those two not any strangers running together up there up north in Vermont. New Hampshire, they get to run all over the place, that's for sure, and they've been accustomed to running into each other a couple times. And right now, David Greenslet, with that championship in mind, just completely pulled over, let that 00 of Jimmy Renfrew get on by. Both drivers this season hold a couple wins to their name. Renfrew has 2 to his name. Greenslet also has 2 this season, but Jimmy Renfrew, of course, missing a couple races puts him out of the championship contention. He comes in 26th on on the championship hunt.
Clicking past lap number 40 right now in a battle for your race lead, starting to shape up here. The Renfrew Motorsports number 00 has caught the backside of Casey Bietti, and he is on a mission. Bietti going to protect the bottom of the racetrack. Renfrew's going to go up high as they work down here in the turn number 1 and 2. Renfrew carrying a lot of center speed, Roger. Right now, has got that 00 wound up on the outside.
Yeah, well, he's able to really arc it down into the corner to get a good run as Casey Bietti just protects that inside lane. You see him, he doesn't even use all the racetrack, as I believe one of them going to go around. Caution lights are going to come on here. Joel Hodgson is on his lid down in turns 3 and 4, and oh boy, that's going to need a, well, I think that's going to need a tow back to pit road. It's exactly what he took. Let's watch it back here real quick. Let's find out, as he was back here battling with the 08 of Ryan Carman. It's about the 15th position. Oh, he runs into the back of the 35 as, oh, he just got caught up in the wall.
Had contact with the 35 of Duran and up and over with the wall there. Cooper Bouchard getting a little piece of that action as well, Roger. So we'll have to see if the 17 of Bouchard will be affected by making that contact there. But tough break for the driver of the 36, who was inside the top 5 for much of this race. Now finds himself on the infield taking the tow here at the bull ring.
So he had to take the tow back to pit road as we watched our replay there. And I think, Al, the reports I'm being told from downstairs is a stuck throttle. So that's an unfortunate way to end the night here in Las Vegas. But you got to remember one thing. The caution laps don't count. So if he can actually get the tow back to pit road and they can get that throttle linkage worked out, they could possibly get back out here tonight and stay on the lead lap. But right now it'll be, if our timing and scoring is telling us this correctly, jumping around here a little bit as drivers are trying to get back into the positions that they belong in so we can go back racing here at Las Vegas. It should be Casey Bietti, Jimmy Renfrew, David Greenslet, Matthew Kimball, Jarrett Howard, Eric Steele, Justin Prescott, Brian Rogers in his first start is running 8th, Alan Young is 9th, Ryan Battle rounds out the top 10, and Milton Duran, that's the second time his car has gotten run into here in this event, just in the main. He's got spun around in his heat race.
Yeah, maybe he's got a target on the side of that number is 35 here tonight. Not quite sure, but everybody getting double filed up. We're going to go back green flag racing this time. It'll be the 45 of Casey Bietti and the 00 of Renfrew. Remember, he got the outside of him when that yellow flag came out. Well, can Renfrew make it work after the tires have cooled off? Green flag back out here with just over 30 laps to go in this main event. Renfrew and Bietti side by side in the turn number 2. They work down the backstretch. They have a gap. Renfrew going to tuck it back in line, try to take a dive to the inside. Can't quite do it. Contact with your race leader. They check it up. That opens the inside line for the 20th Greenslet.
Here comes David Greenslet in that Vermont Custom Cabinetry number 20, but he's not going to be able to do anything with it because he's running side by side, and behind them, Howard got a little bit out of shape. As to the outside of him was Eric Steele. Brian Rogers is up the track. He's 3 wide right now. Battles down there. There's Milton Duran, as I believe a couple of them going around towards the back of the speedway, and that's the 46 of Lauren Dew and Taschereau have gone around, and got to bring out the third caution flag of the night just past the halfway point here in Las Vegas. The lights are on, the temperatures are coming down, but the temperatures inside these street stocks won't come down here tonight. Let's take the look back here. The truck says they got it. Center field here from the infield shot. Let's watch the 46, the 33. Oh, just slight contact there. That's that accordion effect, Al. That happened well ahead of them, and unfortunately, both drivers were not on the same page of their braking point, lifting point, and 33 of Taschereau into the back of the 46, and the 46 takes the spin. No damage, though, on either of them.
No damage, so they'll be able to pull back around this. The unfortunate set of circumstances down in the turn number 3 has led the 46 of Lorndale to go into that dreaded spin cycle, so he'll get it pointed back in the right direction. And, well, we are on our way to another restart. Casey Bietti still showing the way up here. Renfrew gave him a little love tap during that start there as the pace car goes back down pit road. We're not going back green flag racing. The lights are still on around the speedway. So a little bit of contact there by the 00 into the 45. He let him gather it up, did the gentleman thing to do. But if you're inside that 45 now, Roger, did that get your attention?
Well, Casey Bietti is one of those fast youngsters out here tonight, and we know he has a lot of talent behind the wheel, and he can really drive the wheels off it. The problem is, did he actually already drive the wheels off it? Because Jimmy Renfrew was pretty much tearing into that lead under the green flag run that we just had there, and then he was there on that restart. So are the tires on the 45 shot? I don't know. We're going to find out here as the light's still on the pace car, I believe. So we're going to make it at least another attempt. I think the two drivers that could be sitting in the catbird seat right now is the 97, the Phoenix Pontiac right there, of Jarrett Howard and Matthew Kimball. Both drivers have not run a lot this season. In fact, it's Kimball's first time here on the Speedway with the Northeast Racers, and he qualified in straight from qualifying. But those two may be the dark horses here, as this time by here in Las Vegas, the iRacing pace car lights should go out, and we should get to go back to racing.
Very interesting here as the lights do go out around the speedway. That means the field will go back under green flag conditions here once they get off turn number 4. And I'm watching the 00 up into that marbles right now, trying to cool off those tires, right? So maybe he feels that his tires are a little bit hot, Roger, as they work down in the there. Now the lights come back out. So we're not ready to go back green flag racing just yet.
Or we are, as the green flag actually does fly here out of turn number 4. It's 46 laps officially in the books, as it'll be the battle for the race lead. Bietti still holds the inside advantage over Jimmy Renfrew. David Greenslit's on. He got a little help. Greenslick got a little help there, and up the track he's going to go. He's going to save it, but he's going to lose 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 positions. He is sitting back in 13th spot now. Your championship driver back into 13th, and that's where we like to call it. The Hornet's Nest is back there.
Okay, he's stuck to the outside as well as Carmen down to the inside. Vernon Woodard taking a look to the inside as well. One of his championship rivals, the 03 of Wenzel, down as to his backside as well. So now Greenslit going to have to try to battle his way back toward the front with not a lot of laps to go. Next time by, it'll be 25. Let's go. Andrew Davis gets a little bit sideways. Cooper Burchard going to make contact with them. That's the battle for your 18th position. Is they're still stacked up 2 by 2 to work down the backstretch.
2 by 2. Wow, that was a 3-2-1. I think that was the Syracuse zone coverage back there running this backfield mark here. I don't even know. I mean, that was all sorts of wonky as the 22 of Davis actually lost a ton of positions. Now you see him just trying to hold on to a top 20 spot. But back out front here, it is still Casey Bietti holding down the race lead with 24 laps to go. Jimmy Renfrew is there, Matthew Kimball is there, and then Jarrett Howard and Eric Steele. Everybody still has a shot here tonight. If you want to find the first side-by-side battle, you got to go back to right around the 12th position. That side-by-side battle is going to have one of them go around. As the caution light's going to come on here as the 44 of Justin Prescott was out of shape here on the speedway. And our flagger pretty quick to throw the caution flag on this one.
Yeah, pulling the trigger a little bit early there as Prescott had gone around as the battle for the race leads. So we're starting just to heat up there. It's just going to say Renfrew right to the back side of that number 45 once again. And he's running that arc line. He's carrying a lot of speed, but can he get around the 45 of Bietti? Bietti has ran a perfect race so far tonight since taking over that late race lead.
Take a look back here at this caution flag. You see the 44 to the outside. There you see Carmen. There to the, Vernon Woodard slips a little bit. May have got a little shot there from the 29 of Dolliver also, which kind of put him up the speedway. Watch it back here once again. See if we can ride on board here with the 44, Prescott. It was actually David Greenslit with the tap to the back of the 08, which sent the 44 just sideways. Didn't actually get a complete spin out of that 44. But it was just enough for the caution lights to come on.
Barney a little bit quick with that yellow flag there. Everybody able to straighten it back out, but For the safety of the racers, the yellow flag will fly here tonight. Safety first, Roger.
Absolutely. It's all about the drivers out there. We got to keep in mind that if something were to happen, if all those drivers that were lined up coming with full heads of steam here at the bull ring would have got there, it could have put that driver in danger. So the caution lights, of course, coming out here right away. It's better to be safe than sorry. We don't want to see any issues out there. You know, these sim rings, they can really jump around when you get hit. I believe, Al, the other year, you had a sprained wrist from your direct drive wheel snapping around on you.
Yeah, definitely first race out with it, and well, you know, my inability to drive that has led me here to the booth. Hit the outside wall, and that boy did that smart.
Yeah, I heard one of our fans that are tuning in here tonight, he just hit me up over there on the YouTube side of thing, Al, and he said, Al, that's because you weren't fast enough. And I'll tell you exactly who that was. That was Josiah Millen.
You didn't even have to say. You know, you didn't even have to say, but I will tell you, the lights are out on the Ford Mustang pace car. Some news there. Maybe we'll see a new pace car coming up here shortly in the races on the Turn 3 Racing Network with the new build coming out on Tuesday afternoon.
Don't tease me, Al. Don't tease me.
I'm just telling you, just maybe. But I'll tell you right now, you thought the action was high before. Green flag back up in the air. Renfrew and Bietti up on the front row. Drag race down the front stretch, man. It'll be Renfrew leading the race lead in the turn number 1. They'll still be door-to-door, wheel-to-wheel down the back stretch. Bietti digging on the inside with that number 45 is now Kimball's going to throw it in there. He'll make it a 3-car battle for your race lead. Renfrew's going to hold on to the number 2 spot. He'll get into the back bumper of Bietti in the turn number 1. More contact off turn number 2.
I don't know if that was getting into the back of him, Al, or absolutely this is your last chance. Move out of the way, Jimmy Renfrew says to Casey Bietti. Right now, your front 4 drivers, one of them going around towards the back of the field. Couple of them stacked up here. It's the 44. There you see the 03 slowing up for the wreck, and possibly Dan Butler has gone around. Cooper Bouchard. Lauren Dew possibly involved in this one also. There's a slew of drivers here, and the 44 looks very slow down onto the apron.
Directed towards the back of the field possibly here. No, he's going to make it down pit road, so maybe some damage on that number 44 Prescott. Let's see if the truck has it queued up to see what happened to the 44 Prescott.
There you see David Greenslit, Max Dolliver there, and oh boy, did it all start. Dolliver got hit by the 01 Hontoon, and then right into Greenslit, and the 44 went around. Cooper Bouchard. Oh, the 33 of Mike Taschereau also involved. Innocent bystander there for Taschereau in the 33 Racing School entry, so he's going to get some damage. Let's see if we can watch that back here. I believe our truck's telling us they may have an onboard camera shot here. They're trying to sort through the footage to find out if they actually have the 33's onboard coverage. Here it is, onboard with the Racing School, number 33 of Mike Taschereau. There you see Hontoon and Dolliver, then Greenslit and Prescott go around, and right there, Cooper Bouchard comes back up the track, and that's where Dan Butler also gets involved, him out of the Racing School also. So the 2 Racing School entries, innocent bystanders, as we talked about it, Al, just wrong places, wrong times here at these short tracks, because they get wadded up really quick with nowhere to run away and hide from any of these cars.
No, and it's a tough break there for the 17 of Bouchard, who had to come down pit road. Now, I don't think the 33 of Taschereau will be hurt too bad. Maybe a little bit of left front damage cosmetically to that number 33. Take a look as it drives by the booth here right now. Don't see a lot of damage on that left front, so maybe be okay once we go back green flag racing. But it's just one of those things where the racing surface kind of became a parking lot a little bit off of turn number 4 with the walls to the inside and outside. This track is quite wide. You get a car sideways, it definitely takes up some real estate.
So currently looking through our timing and scoring notes that are being passed along from our truck, just located outside the track here, as Al's up in New York. I'm down here in Pennsylvania. The truck's out there virtually in Las Vegas. Looks like one driver currently out of this event, and that's the 36 of Joel Hodgdon. So unfortunately, the 36 not going to be able to finish this race off, but the iRacing pace car lights that now indicated that we may get a new one too, because, well, that Mustang's been broken for years. The lights only work half the time. They go out right now. It gets off the track to go get fixed. It'll be Renfrew, Bietti on the front row. Kimball and Howard, your row number 2. Renfrew tried to time it, and now Casey Bietti going to say, nope, now it's time to go after our 5th caution flag. 19 to go.
19 laps to go, and it's still a great battle for the race lead. Now Kimball going to try to fill that slot as Renfrew going to try to close that door. Kimball will back out of it. Renfrew right to the back bumper once again. And a little contact, more contact in the back until the 33 of Castro's going to go around. So far, we stay green, so tough break for the 33 of
Battle for the
Castro.
race lead down the back straightaway. Here comes the 0-0 off Jimmy Renfrew. He'll work to the inside of the 45 of Casey Bietti as we stay green flag racing. Little rub there out of turn number 4. Bietti's going to beat the 0-0 back to the line. Here comes Ryan Battle, also looking to lurk inside the top 5 here tonight. Still side by side down the back straightaway. It'll be 16 laps to go here. Next time by Jimmy Renfrew showing the race lead out of 4. Drag race. Give it to Casey Bietti once again at the line as he's able to keep the momentum on the outside lane wound up, but Renfrew looking to try and slam the door as they work off turn 2 now into turn 3 here.
Yeah, Kimball going to try to make his presence known as well as the 0-0 will take sole possession of that race lead. Now the 45 of Bietti going to shake and battle that number
Big wreck
50.
turn 4. Big wreck on turn 4. Benkowski went up and over, I believe, in the 91. Mike Young involved, and Dan Butler, Justin Prescott. Wenzel also piling it in here with 15 laps to go. This, I believe, may be the big one, and it may have started with Kyle Willis in the number 55 entry. Let's take it back here real quick, find out what happened to Kyle Willis. There you see him racing with Carmen in the 08. Does he get a little help? There's Vernon Woodard, and Carmen just slightly into that left rear. That's going to set a chain reaction off. There you see the 91 going up over with Drew Davis. The 18 of Butler with nowhere to go. Piles drives right into the driver door of the 91 of Benkowski.
Yeah, tough break there. Carmen trying to fill the inside line there. Up the racetrack, Willis was a little bit. And then contact green slit into the back of Carmen, and then everyone else kind of just piles it down in here on the front stretch. So parking lot number 2 off of turn number 4. Everybody should be able to pull away other than the Benkowski's number 91. He has taken the toe down to the infield where hopefully he'll be able to come back out on the racetrack, Roger. But just a tough moment off turn number 4. Everybody knows the end of this race is coming near, and they're trying to get every position that matters here. Is Carmen going to get sent to the rear of the field for causing that 6th yellow flag of the evening?
Well, that's a tough break for the driver of that 08 here tonight, so he'll have a long road to hoe. The driver out of the Claremont Motorsports Park. He drives a 6-shooter up there. The Cobco Tech Hobby driver has a lot of work to do now because we were inside 15 laps to go here. And I'm looking at it. He would have to go by, well, Dolliver, Prescott, Hontoon, Lauren Dew, Davis. I mean, you name it. Greenslit, Woodard, Rogers. The field is stacked in front of him, and the odds are against him at this point.
Taking a look now as the field will take and get reshuffled here, trying to figure out who is the hard charger of the race. I believe so far is that 35 of Milton Duran, up 13 spots so far, Roger. So he's had a good drive here. We saw him making some contact and having some rubbing racing in the back of the field. Now he finds himself up into that 7th position, up 13 spots from where the green flag dropped here tonight.
Well, that's definitely more spots than I've ever seen you pick up, Al, so he's doing pretty good out there. We're going to see if Jimmy Renfrew can do something here tonight and park it in victory lane to be the first driver to pick up 3 wins. iRacing.com pace car off the racing surface. It'll be Renfrew restarting to the inside, Casey Bietti to his outside, Matthew Kimball, Eric Steele, and Alan Young.
Green flag back out. Bietti was ready to go. He's going to lead them down in the turn number 1. Bietti with the electrifying restart. Renfrew, though, working back to the inside. Bietti could cut down low and try to get into him. Maybe some contact in the turn number 3. Everybody keeps it clean and green. Eric Steele working the outside of Kimball is now. Kimball's going to clear him. So your top 3 cars are single file. Everybody else double file is now. Battle will move to 32 Steele up the racetrack. Brian Rogers in that number 12 working to the inside, 3 wide. Now more contact, hard wreck in the turn number 3.
Well, Al, correction. We thought the big one. Oh, Dan Butler onto his lid. Dan Butler in the 18 now officially on his lid here with the 7th caution flag of the night. And, well, we thought we had the big one. Now we officially have the big one. And this one's going to take out a lot of them. There you see the 32. Well, he'll have to end his night as it looks like the motor has expired on the 32. Howard, who was up inside the top 5, he's involved. Woodard. Alan Young is also involved. Andrew Davis is involved. And, well, you name it, Al, just about the field was wadded up in that one.
Yeah, it all stemmed, looked like down the backstretch they went, Roger, and it looks like the 73 of Vernon Woodard may have gotten a little bit of help into the backside of the number 30 or 20 of Greenslet. Greenslet gets sent into that one, spins it up the racetrack, able to hold on to it. But when that contact happened, it got into the 32 of Steel and took out a lot of good race cars. Pardon me.
Yeah, that is Woodard, Young, Hontoon, and Butler, Steele. Pretty much everybody from about the 5th position on back. Let's watch it again. Watch that number 20 there. See the 73 gets a little bump from the 22. Then he gets a little help from the 03. He can't set the car, and they were 3 wide. Brian Rogers very lucky there to get by that issue, as he was the car inside 3 wide, and he's not going to get any piece of that. Let's see if we can watch it back here from Brian Rogers' onboard footage looking back. Watch the battle that happens and watch how close this comes to getting him wrapped up. I don't even think he actually got touched by the 20 of Greenslet, who was the car that was out of shape coming into that. But I don't think it could have got any closer. I don't think one of my hairs from the top of my head could have fit through there.
No, that was very close. Brian Rogers better be counting the dewdrops on the side of that number 12. Is maybe a little bit of dew on the right side, allow those cars to slide off of them. But, man, very lucky for the number 12 of Brian Rogers making his first start of the season here tonight with the Northeast Racers. But, unfortunately, a few drivers down on pit road right now. Dolliver on the racetrack getting put back towards where he needs to be by race control. But this one now, ready to go back to racing once we get back double filed up here, and might be a single figure all restart as the green flag is back up and we're underway.
Yeah, it was a jumbled up jockey start there. 12 laps to go as everybody went single file. They're now going to have to chase Jimmy Renfrew. Casey Bietti could not get to the side of him down into turn number 1. Everybody's single file here, so come by the start finish line. It'll be 11 to go. Double ones up into the air here now. 11 laps to go in Las Vegas.
11 laps to go. The 45 of Bietti trying to catch the Renfrew number 00. He got a little bit loose there. That allows the 45 to draw right to the back bumper off of turn number 4. 10 laps to go. This time by for the 00 Renfrew, and he is trying to run away, but Casey Bietti's going to say something about it. Renfrew loose again off turn number 2. Bietti takes a bit to the inside. Contact in the turn number 3.
Bietti going to do exactly what Renfrew did to him, and that was show him the old chrome horn. Renfrew a little loose that time again. Bietti straight to the back bumper once again. 9 laps to go, and look at it. Look who's sitting there running 5th. That's the Milton Durand, number 35. There's still Kimball right there. He's been sitting in 3rd, which seems to be all night long. Just lurking, waiting for the race leaders to make the mistakes, and he can pounce in that mellow yellow number 50. Of course, Ryan Battle moving up 10 spots. Milton Durand has been up 15 spots here tonight. 8 laps to go. No, Casey Bietti looks like he just overshot the corner in 3.
Overs at the corner and trying to hold off the 50 of Kimball. Kimball worked to the inside. He'll fill that hole now as Bietti's going to be stuck to the outside. This could speak trouble for that 45 who's been fast all night long. The 16 of Battle in line. Milton Durand as well as they work off turn number 4. 6 laps to go. Bietti still trying to battle inside the podium position. Contact this time off of turn number 2. Bietti up the racetrack. Here comes Durand. Bietti's going to fall all the way back to 5th. And Brian Rogers Jr. going to come into the play as well. Milton Durand's going to move into 3rd spot as he moves Battle up the racetrack. So top 3 drivers now are Renfrew, Kimball, and Battle as they work, or Duran, excuse me, into turn number 4.
Milton Duran just kind of slipped right on through there when those two cars got together. Renfrew leads with just 4 laps to go that time by at the line. He has it by, well, right there. That's the distance from first to second, about 2.5, call it 3 car lengths. And then Milton Duran's got the hard-nosed battle there with Ryan Battle, as this time by 3 fingers in the air, 3 laps to go. Couple of them getting together. Caution lights are going to come on with 3 laps to go here.
Gonna rack 'em, stack 'em here. Yellow flag number 8 coming out onto the evening. It looks like Eric Lorando involved once again in that 46, and the double, the 08 of Carmen up on his lid. He has turtled it here off of turn number 4, so he'll have to take the tow to pit lane.
Yeah, let's take a look back here. As you see, the 03 Sim Cube entry is involved. There you see the 03. There you see the 46 of Laurendeau. Will work down to his inside. They were just back there running outside the top 7. Hontoon gonna, just get a piece of it, and then nowhere for Carmen to go. There's Willis. He gets involved. Taschereau gonna make a little contact, and you see the 08 go up onto its lid, and it's just kind of stuck there at that point.
Now, nothing that he could really do as everybody gets pointed back in the right direction. So unfortunate for the double, the 08 of Carmen and everybody else that was involved in that one. That was just some hard racing there, Roger. And, well, the 03 of Wenzel had making some contact as well in that one. So we'll have to see if that hurts the 03. Remember, he came into the championship battle here tonight at the Bullring in the top 3 in points. So his night not being any good. David Greenslet has made a nice rebound. Just noticing that right now, Roger. He is up back to your 8th position after having the he was up and then had that really rocky middle of the race. Now with just 2 laps to go, he finds himself back inside the top 10.
Yeah, it'll be just 2 laps to go when we do go back green flag racing here. And Greenslet is back inside the top 10, but it's not where he thinks he should be at this point. A couple drivers who are still down on pit road or off the speedway here that will not have good finishes are going to be Ryan Carmen, Eric Steele, Justin Minkowski, Cooper Bouchard, and Joel Hodgson. All those cars currently are off according to our timing and scoring sheets, and I believe everybody's trying to figure out where they're going to be scored here, as everybody's just kind of figure out from race control where we're going to be lined up. That caution flag coming out right when everybody was hitting the transponder loop down there coming out of turn number 4, so everybody a little jumbled up. We can tell you that it'll be Renfrew, Kimball, Duran, Battle, your top 4, and Bietti should be being scored in our 5th position, I'm being told. There you see him in the 45. Then it'll be Rogers, Howard, Greenslet, Hontoon, Taschereau, your top 10. They say they got it now.
Got it now, and it's going to be a double file restart. That means it's going to be double the fun here with a 2-lap shootout to settle this one at the Bull Ring. Renfrew and Kimball up on the front row. Then it is Duran and Battle in row number 2. Bietti and Rogers in row number 3. Who is going to pick up the win? We're about to find out. Green flag is up. We're back underway with 2 laps to go.
2 laps to go, and that outside lane actually got a really good start there by Kimball, but so did the 35 on Milton Duran. They'll work down the back straight away with just 2 laps to go. Renfrew wants to see the battle for second really start to get heated up, because out of turn 4, the white flag going to come into the air. It'll be white flag, 1 lap to go. Renfrew with the race lead. Here comes Milton Duran. He'll have just 3 more sets of corners to get it done, but he'll slide. Oh, Kimball's going to step on it, and oh boy, he just ran to the side of the 16 of Ryan Battle.
Up the racetrack, he'll go, but off of turn number 4, it'll be Renfrew picking up the win. Duran will come home second. Battle third. Bietti will come back to finish 4th. Brian Rogers will round out your top 5 here at the end of this feature event. So what an exciting finish, an exciting race overall this was at the Bull Ring. They said it was going to be exciting, and they did not disappoint here tonight as they put the checkered flag out, and Renfrew going to pick up the win in that 0-0.
So as he comes across the front straightaway here, maybe he'll turn him loose, and he's gonna burn him off for us. He'll pick up his 3rd win here in Las Vegas. Congratulations to Jimmy Renfrew. The left side of your screen, race fans, of course, the unofficial results here at Las Vegas after this short track battle. Jimmy Renfrew out there, though, he is going to continue to smoke him down. He doesn't have to use the motor. There's no NASCAR rules here tonight. Let them loose, young man. You win here at Las Vegas. As he'll even actually crush the nose just a little bit on that 00 machine. Race fans, the post-race show coming up here from Las Vegas just after this one. And we're going to talk with Jimmy Renfrew, Milton Durant, and Ryan Battle hopefully here in just a couple of moments. You don't want to go anywhere from Las Vegas, race fans. We'll be right back with your post-race show brought to us by LFOD Motorsports.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back here to the Las Vegas Bull Ring race, fans. 75 laps here for the Northeast Racers presented by LFOD Motorsports is officially in the books. It's the 10th race of the season, and we have a driver that has now picked up his 3rd win here in the Championship Street Stock Division. Let's head down there trackside and talk to the driver of the 00 of the Renfrew Motorsports. Jimmy, you pick up another one here on a Sunday night. It's got to feel pretty good, but you really had to battle with that 45 of Casey Piatti, and of course then Milton Durant showed up at the end knocking on the back door.
Yeah, for sure. Had a little bit of a rough start in the beginning of the race. Got moved up, running like 3rd or 4th, and went back to, I think, outside the top 10, and had to race hard to get back up there, and repaid the favor for the lead, and I think he knew we were pretty much even, and didn't really give it back to me after that. So just like to thank him for, racing me clean after that, because we were 1 for 1, and just like to thank my sponsors, Renfrew Motorsports, R&R Public Wholesalers, and you guys for broadcasting this event.
So a good show here tonight after missing a couple events. Will we get to see you just next week at the Southern National Motor Speedway?
Yeah, I hope so. I think I've ran 3 or 4 races and got 3 wins. So I wish I could have ran the whole season. Probably could have ran pretty decent in points, but we'll see if we can make it next week. And if we do, we'll try to get another one.
Well, congratulations here tonight. Who made it all? Well, you already named all the sponsors, so I guess we'll let you celebrate.
All right, thank you.
Well, there you hear it from your race winner here tonight in Las Vegas. Jimmy Renfrew will win his 3rd race of the season, Al, and it wasn't easy for him, but I definitely can tell you it wasn't easy for the guy that you've caught up with either.
No, I'm caught up here with our hard charger. The race started back in the 20th position, going to come home in the runner-up position. Milton, talk us through that race. So you had to have, it was wild in the back, and then it was wild up front there. A lot of contact out here tonight at the Bull Ring.
Yeah, it was a good race. It just took a lot of patience to get it back up to the front. So, I qualified. I think I qualified like 25th. Had to start all the way in the country, so I kind of got screwed there. But other than that, it was a good run.
Yeah, talking about that, your night started off on the bad. How important is qualifying in these races here with the Northeast Racers?
Very, because I think I got lucky. You see how these races are. From 10th on back, it's a demo derby, so you gotta try to get up there. And top 5, they invert the top 5, so you want to try to qualify top 5. So.
Well, you come home in that number 2 position here tonight, 1 spot shy of pulling it into the victory lane. Next week, will we see you at the Southern National?
Yeah, well, we'll see. Trying to, I don't know. If I had like 2 more laps, I think I may have got Jimmy. So we're gonna go try to get him.
Well, congratulations on your 2nd place finish here. Who makes it all possible for you?
Lemieux Racing, Chris Beaudry, Kevin Brown, all the guys at the shop.
There you have it there, everybody listening and watching here at the Bull Ring. Milton Durant going to pick up that number 2 position from starting 20th. He'll come home as the hard charger here tonight, Roger. And what an amazing race that was here with the Northeast Racers here tonight, and finishing in the third spot, and we're unfortunately not able to catch up with him. Ryan Battle, who had a great race as well, starting back in that 14th position. He'll come home in that third position.
Yeah, a good run by those top three drivers. Casey Bietti, of course, finishing fourth with Brian Rogers Jr., who makes his first ever start with the Northeast Racers. He'll finish fifth. Jarrett Howard was sixth. Kimball making his first start. Matthew Kimball finishes in seventh after running inside the top three all night long. David Greenslit rallies back for eighth. Vernon Woodard picks up 10 spots, and he'll finish ninth, with Rodney Hontoon finishing right where he started. The only driver to finish where he started here tonight. Hontoon rounds out the top 10. But boy, what a race it was here at Las Vegas. Renfrew went gambling with that 00, and he came up big. But next week, when we head to the Southern National Speedway, we're going to see who can roll the dice out there and carry the hot momentum here out of the Las Vegas desert and pick up a win with only, well, 2 races left this season. We got Southern National and the Thompson Speedway. We come back home up to the north here to finish out the season for the Northeast Racers. But for everybody at the LFOD Motorsports and the Northeast Racers and all of us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, I'm Roger Muth. That's Al Smith. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll catch you next week when we go racing at Southern National.